live for little gangsters here, so let it stream for a while here. I got my phone plugged in now, so we'll turn it around and let you guys watch.
I want to break out. The other guy is a mile behind you.
You get at 3/4 of an eighth a mile. That start, you're out there. You don't want to keep with it. Backpedal it a little bit. Make sure you go to the next round. Good job there, little gangsters. More action coming up. Right off the trailer, fans. That's what's cool about this. These guys can get a test run.
No, man.
Look at the Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma. These guys are serious about what they came to race. 65 Pontiac or Ford?
Yeah, 65 Pontiac GTO. Vertical stacked headlights. Starting at 65, the 64s are the horizontal jobbers. Travis Cannon, Noble, Oklahoma. Cannon's been at this game a long time. Drag and drive guy, as well as successful in the small tire ranks. First car I remember Travis having was just kind of like rusty looking, cool.
Battery here.
Red 68 to 72 Nova back in the day with LS power. So Dave Cook of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the 1965 GTO, 427 under the hood. Has a little bit of optic being done on the right-hand side of the racetrack.
I see one of those in Boulder Hill, a green one. Didn't have the exhaust like that in the fenders, though.
Have the splitters coming out, the two, you know, those exhausts on those GTOs come out with.
Yeah, the splitters. Tim didn't put splitters in his, but man, that's a good looking car. Here we go, walking away from it, all white. Let's see if it's right. Right way. Yeah.
Oh man, way early. Cannon is going to just roll through this with no sweat. Unfortunately for Cook, he jumped a tree, and that is no good for him. A follow star, Travis Cannon gets the win light immediately and advances on. Man from Oklahoma will compete in the second round, which will happen tonight. Will be the final class of the evening when we get that far.
Yeah, don't forget concessionaries are open, fans. If you want to get a bite to eat each side of the racetrack, the Bradenton Motorsports concession is open.
So here comes a highly anticipated round one entrant in a little gangsters action. Randy Lynn Buckner of Clarksville, Indiana. This is the magic of little gangsters. One, you have two cars that cannot be more different. You basically have a super stock car on one side. Let's get a 632 in, set of radials on the back of it now. And she re-lettered the doors that say Queen Pin. And Will Susanna coming up in a supercharged 1997 Ford Pro. These guys, of course, suffered through a really rough weekend. They're just overall on average. They got to reverse their luck. But Randy Lynn has won a mile races over the NHRA, the stock, super stock ranks. He knows a lot of index racing. Just at the 390 Top Motor Pro Stock. First 399 Top Motor Pro Stock in the history, of course, of the PDRA. So she's accomplished her done, and now she's trying to get.
I don't know how
I hear the world of gangster competition. Don't forget to those got rocked. Lined up in the right lane. You did a wheel
Thank you.
Fantastic Wednesday. No, I was out here on Wednesday, so I missed it, but yeah. They said they were working on the radio. They were working on the radial setup in this car, so we'll find out what RL can do on the right side as both runners looks on.
you, he said, oh, that's our bracket car. Yeah, it's all steel. Cool car, man. Reminds me of, if you go back to the NHRA, back in the Superstock, remember Shepherd's orange?
Oh, yeah.
Record setting, no one can touch it, big block Camaro. Kind of what it reminds me of, that orange beast.
And here comes Jimmy Dale and Troy Perez Sr. This is the other one. I was looking forward to a few of these, but this is another one. When I saw that sheet last night, I thought, oh boy, because you got Troy Perez Sr., who undoubtedly is one of the winningest racers in the history of this racetrack, whether it's here or other places. And you got Jimmy Dale, the guy who, along with Michael Pollan, came up with the entire Little Gangsters theory and practice that has swept across the nation. So Perez and Dale lined up and ready to rock and roll.
Going to be cool to see. That Nova's been in the Perez family for so many generations, man. I remember back in the NSC and MCA days. The old nitrous big block. Now he'll be over there in the right lane. Yes.
Yeah, they're checking the track accuracy for the Xanax. Competitors, all Little Gangsters racers should be in the lanes.
Where'd you put them?
So guys, they're just checking the track right now. Jimmy Dale's about to run here, so that's what's happening.
Over there, the triple off-road side, Jimmy Dale and Troy Perez Sr. You got a local hero, the most one of them there behind the magic in 50 Shades of Brown over to the triple off-road side. This is one of those deals that, you know, it's like people say you can bet your heart or you can bet your brain. I don't know which way you want to go on this one, because if you're local, maybe you want to throw the pucks behind the Silver Nova. But if you love the class, and Jimmy Dale is a guy who has won out here in this category plenty of times. He has done the job. He doesn't just help put this stuff on. He's highly competitive in this car. But Troy Perez does not absolutely want to go down to this category round. Banging it through the motor, left, right, center down there. Cowboy, pumping knuckles, smashing the door shut.
So the guy
Eric Green providing last minute authority for the door and closing it with authority. And Jimmy Dale pulls ahead.
I don't know if it's his brother or relative, but all the guys in Campo there together.
Guys chucked 412 drive shafts out of the Jimmy Dale. 50 Shades of Brown takes out Troy Perez Sr. in a first round elimination. That's big.
Guys, that was Jimmy Dale.
Man, unreal. Unreal. And that guy's got a beard that enemies can live in for one. Right here. Greg Wilson is playing down to complete the round. Broken to Brundage, Alabama. 69 Camaro. You have a 68 model year car, Greg Wilson. Retro paint job on Wilson's car, absolutely beautiful. And the front down is that timeless look, the 69 Camaro, the hockey stick style nose stripes in white. Good looking ride. Waiting for the top end to be 100% clear before we send these guys ahead. Bragging about 69 SS. Gonna be ready to pull up here, but I do love Greg Wilson's car. And I do go back today, and in my 40th year, talking on a microphone, racetrack, and I see cars like that. They're so cool, man. Just to bring back the history of paint jobs, the old Chevrolet Camaros. This 68 was 622, and there we go. Wilson did not break out. He did run it through the lights, though. That's confidence. Oh, that is. That's confidence. That's old school cool. So my understanding is Rick takes another bite at it. Out there, big trouble for Stuckey. And Justin Reed goes to the finish line and knocks out Hawk and parts fall off. Something going majorly wrong for Rick out there. job for that guy with the many jobs down there. Be a headset and the word go.
A tell him to go guy. We need to tell him to go guy. We got a back him up video guy? Yeah, we need to tell him to go guy. Or tell him to wait guy in this case.
Coming up here, El Camino, rolling to the knees, man. Check that out. It's an oldie, man. 79 El Camino, Jeremy Block, Arcadia, Florida. Face. He's waving.
He's working the crowd. I like this guy already.
Look at him. He's like, yeah, how about it, man? Make some noise for Jeremy down there. Get the thumbs up. Waving to the crowd. He was probably waiting for his backup guy. He was, yeah, I need one of those guys too. Houston McLean from Stark, Florida, which I don't know if it still is. Stark, Florida was like the speed trap capital of America. Infamous. Highway 311. I used to drive through there and go to games. Well, I got a $350 speed ticket going through. I was victimized at Stark. Yeah, they're up to get it started. Houston McLean, no speed limit here. He's got to go through. Got him. Getting out of the pedal down there. McLean says, I'll take this one. Driver Houston McLean. Good to see him going to the laps there. The 530 index. Little gangsters. Start Florida. Who's next? Who's going to get up here and try to go to the next round of Little Gangsters?
That's the whole point. You don't know how fast the other guy's going.
Eddie Ramirez and Brianna Edwards coming up right now. Ramirez from Sanford, Florida, and Edwards from Georgeville, New York.
Virgin nitrous oxide. And bring the bottle pressure down for the young lady. Now she's going to get her chance to pull in there and show off her stuff.
So Brianna Edwards, what's doing that Buick? Oh my Carl, I'm sorry. The Regal action, the Regal Beagle. Bonus points if you know what that famous TV location is. Eddie Ramirez, right side. Oh, the Regal Beagle. Three's Company, man. That's where Jack Kirby's go hang out. Virgin Nitrous, Eddie Ramirez. See, now he's singing a song. Edwards did the job. You can tell visually there was a definite advantage on the left side of the racetrack. That thing picked the nose up and was moving before Ramirez's car. Did the same as Chris Carlotta and Jordan Hoagland coming up next.
So Carlotta being a tower side out of Bergen, New Jersey. Sounds sweet. Cleared that thing out.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I was memorized like, wow.
632 through the bullhorns.
Yeah, that thing sounded good. Sweet country. Oh, I'm sorry.
Cape Coral, Florida. For Hoagland. Bergen, New Jersey. 1970 Nova. It's where it's based at up there. Battle of the Cold. Single pass here, competition single where Chaz Carter and Jackson and Jimmy could not make the call.
Man, they got usually on the game and never have problems, but man, he'll take the bye run right here in the left lane.
Chaz down there is Vegas, 77 model year.
Batter, get her in, get it done.
Cody Cattle Company, 77 big. Run BC lane, trip law firm side. Oh, Jimmy Reinhardt's back. Remember this thing? How cool is that?
Man, it's at a big right there. Is that Big Blue down there? He's on meds too, just like you. You get it, Big Blue.
Joe Miniconzi on the right side out of Leicester, Pennsylvania. Factory steering wheel in it. Yeah, the big rim at the back window.
That is a cool looking ride. Here we go. You got a single or no?
Yeah, Joe Miniconzi's having trouble over there off the other side of the racetrack trying to get this thing out of a burnout, get it squared up and put where they want it on the racetrack. Reinhardt's pretty well ready to go.
On the bottom there.
Miniconzi is ready to go.
That thing wanted to show everything.
So here's the issue. This comes down to a race director decision. Here's why. Neither of those guys actually staged their cars properly. You saw both bottom bolts come on, and so this comes down to a race director's decision on which car moved first. The car that moved first lost. Whichever car moved first will be declared the loser. The car that was still sitting there when the first guy left actually wins the race.
I just pause it when you go in there so you'll just go see the screen.
So the starting line is lane, the left lane moved first, right lane is the winner. Right lane, right. in the Malibu. Oh man, cool. That's neat.
Yeah, we were just talking about him a minute ago, right? Tommy Hoskinson out of Huron, Ohio. He won 2 events already in the juniors right here at this track. He won back at Stoders. Then he came back to the Christmas tree race. The little juniors were there. He won that deal. So he made himself a ton of money.
Little gangsters, right?
Little gangsters, yeah.
Brandon McGill out of Canada. Nova Scotia over there in the right-hand lane, 91.
Did you sing the national anthem yet?
No. Oh, well, I did, but I had the mic on.
750 index to lanes 1 and 2, please. 750 index for each in lanes 1 and 2. Remember, no golf carts, scooters, anything in the lanes back here behind the tower. Hawkinson.
Ryan Tooley come next out of Kentucky, Bardstown, Kentucky.
If you guys are new here, subscribe to the channel, check it out.
27 cubic inches. I'm going to Carolina, Frank Cooley. Kentucky, Bardstown, Kentucky down there in the right lane. Convertible. Left-hand lane. You had a while after. No. You don't need a parachute. You get at the end and top and just put the top down while you're going, right? A little bit. A little bit. Air in it. South Carolina versus Kentucky right there. 2006 Corvette right-hand lane. Thompson left side. Mustang out of South Carolina. Can't hold him off yet. Eases out of that throttle down there, gets away Kurt Thompson.
Not bad at all, man. The Gaffney, South Carolina team moving on to another round of Little Gangsters.
A lot of Little Gangsters car.
There is. It's a big, you can get kind of fun.
You know, hats off to the guys there for getting the sponsorship for that. You know, it's been good money so far in both events. I'm sure they'll be back in race number 3. So hats off to them.
Absolutely right. Coming out of Clearwater, Florida. He'll be in a red Mustang here in the tower side. Chevrolet Nova in the far right lane. Alexis Serrati. Cleetus, New Mexico. Wow. Cleetus, New Mexico. All the way to come out here and get a taste of that little money and have some of those shaved ice cotton candy flavored treats over there.
There was some flavor. There's flavors over there, Al. All those birds right here. I'm going to take a left-hand side of Drakeford. Another one is going to choose the outside of the groove. We're going to roll it this side. The driver's side tires on the outside of the groove. Yeah, that's old school Chicago white side. Well, Lexus in the right-hand lane in the Nova. Ford versus Chevrolet match.
Too quick. What do you think? He was out there. He passed him up. Looked like it from my point of view. We'll have to see it on a slow-mo if they give us one. Walter Drakeford finds himself in like the 94 S10 Ignite sponsored machine will be in the left lane. Simpson, Redline, Ignite, and DreamWorks doing the sponsorship. And the right side, who do you have?
Up the Corvette of Tyler Reagan. Out of right there, Reagan.
Yeah, he's about the same.
Tyler knows his track out short. Races here. Should have a good handle where he's at. On that 530, we're going to see right here.
I don't know if that sign would be
750 to 1 and 2, please. 750 to lanes 1 and 2. 750 index to 1 and 2. We need you there now. There
we go.
Well, S10 done in there.
Right up.
Edges way in.
That truck is nicely done right here, left-hand side for Georgia. Good looking. Good looking truck. Nice, well-company company. Simpson, red line, 3-4. As well. There's a lot more right here. George and Tyler. Who's going to get it done? Wait a minute. Starter just jumps out and hey man, let's get it here. Mustang in the right-hand lane.
bow tie versus Ford. Blue Opal, ready to go to work. Let's hook up.
I don't think anybody wants to go back to Canada a loser right here. So this is a big match.
Comes around when that Burrow had that thing just out there. He was out there in the front for a while. Yeah, like you said, it could have been
forgot it needs
you touch too quick and find 30 on the
I'm
inside.
gonna help you.
Take that one over there. I love that 1970. Michael Hollis. Took a Texas right there in the left lane. Another guy that knows how to pocket pick. This kid, there's his father. Socks walking up there to the car. This kid's really good.
Well, unfortunately, Jack and Jimmy couldn't make the call earlier, but Ty is in. See what Ty can do here. Part of the Cleetus universe, if you will. Mike Hollis, Watauga, Texas, purging the nitrous. Nice little 94 Ranger over there for Ty. Hollis and Braun now. Pickup truck and Hollis goes through, lifts early, and he gets the win light.
Pretty good stuff right there. 3 generations of racers out of Texas. Grandpa, son.
I'm guessing maybe Texas. And Jason Anderson from Lake Harry, Florida, the 1971 Dart with a 512-inch wedge motor in it on the Motion Raceworks side. So the rerun will happen from that earlier matchup. Both cars are in the CD lanes, and we are down to the last couple of pairs here. And round 1 will be extra action. Taking 64 cars off the trailer, making a 32, and they will run round 2 tonight.
Good to see Anderson back after the old spread back there at Guts Race in Georgia last October. Jason Anderson, his father down there, originally from the Illinois area, Elk Grove, Illinois, now it's going to Florida home. Let's see how he does. A little 512 up to Brian said he could get dirt. Power up.
We need 650 index for the lane, 650 index. We need you for the lane, 750 final call, 650.
It was almost like the Dodge era with the slant 6. We turned left and the carburetor lost the gas.
I mean, both guys had big problems leaving the starting line. Both guys, and Anderson looked over and said, wait a second, he's still sitting over there. He found a gear that was somewhat operable and drove through. So Anderson gets the slowest elapsed time, which we can't see, to move on to the next round. John Crow and Steve Canizzo.
Steve Canizzo. Here comes Clyde. Better known. Bonnie hung on the running boards of this thing, but here comes Canizzo doing the deal. Fate Frost be hanging alongside to see how they do. Canizzo, a good driver. I mean, he get the job done. Won a lot of races in his career.
32 Ford 5-window coupe called Hell's a Poppin'. Want to thank Pat and Tom Edmonds, Evans Metalwork, and Champion of Racing Transmission.
John Crow, what's he wheeling? An 85 what? Camaro?
The 85 Mustang.
There you go. I apologize for my viewpoint. I did have to cut a hole in the floor up here to see what I'm looking at.
We have a bunch of golf carts behind the timing tower blocking lane 1. There's going to be golf carts that are in lane 1. Lane number 1, any golf cart behind the tower needs to be moved.
Canizzo out of the burnout box area. Speed will back up into the groove down there.
Once again, speed lane 1 cleaned out. We got race cars coming in there, guys. Lane 1 needs to get cleared out. Get the golf carts moved. Great look down from the Motion Raceworks drone up there in the screen. You're watching on float. You can see Cleetus version of the Nitro.
That is so cool looking, man. Won't fly. Very confident in winning a possible victory. Got the Mustang over here in John Crow and Texas.
.32 the hot rod motor in that thing back in the day from the factory was a V860. 60 horsepower flathead was the motor that changed it all for hot rodding and everything else back today. You can see Cleetus kind of lining that thing up, scrambling the spots on the Motion Raceworks side. John Crow setting his up on the outside.
Did it come with a hand crank or a little?
Absolutely did. It would have had a backup hand crank. Who invented the electric starter? Electric starter. So Cleetus unable to run the index, it looked like that John Crow was able to outpower him.
1,000 on there? That seems like a lot. Oh, he's
Charlie Johnson and Troy Brown. So Brad Jr. the Mustang trying to keep the family name alive here in this category. Dad got bumped out earlier by Jimmy Dale. We'll see if Troy can stick around.
So Charlie Johnson, man, ducking down there. Pretty and out.
The stripe will belong to Johnson, and with killing as far as the Perez boys go, as Ducky Johnson has taken out Troy Jr. in the first round. Some days in a bug and some days in a windshield.
Hey, here's your rerun.
Here it comes again.
Twice as charm on this baby. This thing hugged the wheels when it left, and it hooked, and then it unhooked, and it hooked.
Left too quickly. We'll find out if we get two guys that leave on time now. The final pair, as we need 650 index. 650 index to the lanes, please. 650 index to the staging lanes, please.
All right, Big Lou down there. Straighten him out, put him in a bath of ice. He's cooled down and ready to go. Jimmy Reinhardt coming up here in the Dog Dish Hubcap 72 Chevrolet Nova.
If
Good
they actually
looking
blew
car,
a
man.
Bud Light, I would laugh.
The right lane.
Joe Miniconzi out of Leicester, Pennsylvania.
569, honey.
I just need subs and actual, like, people to watch my channel.
Spins the tires, Miniconzi's going to run for the hills and a win light.
All right, they get ready to go here. Here's Rob Stillwell coming up out of Baltimore, Ohio. Be over there in a 16 model Hellcat. Beautiful car, big old 4,300 pounds of fun right there.
4,300 pounds of fun.
Red truck for the win. Red truck for the win.
Left-hand side, long bed out of Palmetto, Florida.
There you go, right there at the tent, the VIP tent behind the tiny tower. You can't miss it. You know you get your chip, you get in the first round, you know where to go to get the second round. Motorcycle, 10 lanes, please. 460 index motorcycle, 10 lanes.
Oh, they didn't.
Too quick, saw that he had a bad light and was way out in front. Bob Kennett, right side of the break. Oh, 55-0 with a set. Wow, yeah, that's not what I see since I've been in here. 5-0 with a set.
Oh, it's right lane one.
Terry Lockwood up next in the right-hand lane. The Salino, Ohio 69 Camaro. Donna Birch up next. What a lot of races in this car. Out of St. Albans, West Virginia. Both of them way too quick on the 750.
Right lane is the qualifying round.
They both go way under. Closest to it is the big four-door over there. 7:26 on the 750 index. Just a time run though. And here's
Let's
that
go,
beautiful
y'all.
Pontiac 78 body style.
This is the car I want. So you guys all tell CruisinWithKevin I need a Trans Am.
Well, we're just time run, but there
I'm
you
pretty
go.
sure you guys know who won that
56 on
one.
the 50 index. Pretty good. Trista rolled it forward there. But you're right, Pontiac had to go back or something. Cut off there to start the line.
Yeah, I saw him hit the steering wheel.
And come back with the great run right there to follow up.
Here's James Spears coming up, Lakeland, Florida. He'll be over there at the 82 Chevrolet Camaro, 383 cubic inch small block Chevrolet. Number 7 qualifier, this is qualifying lap at the green. How about that? One on the negative, one on the positive. One on the trailer sponsored S10 pickup truck in the left lane. Braxton Scott out of Lakeland, Florida, 93 model 406 small block. And number 10 dog. You have the right lane, sir.
Pete Mayer out of Delaware, 88 Alpha Romero. This is a really cool car right here. Won a lot of stuff. Heard Brian talking about him earlier. This is a bad operator right here in this car on the right hand side. I don't know how he got that 454 down in there.
Yeah,
Right?
that's all built too, right?
Yeah.
Guy built himself. Big block in there.
How did you get thinking there was a
Stretch that thing out and put it in there.
I wish I
Good
could
run,
leave it at an angle
773,
where
754 for Braxton Scott over there in Lakeland, Florida. In the left lane. Next to burning them up, S10 and a Chevrolet Nova. Pete Dragage, Plant City, Florida. Will be the 70 model Chevrolet with a 434 cubic inch power plant underneath the hood.
Sorry.
And who do you have right side?
Jason Rendiger. Rendiger out of St. Petersburg, Florida.
probably trying to pick it up
88
here.
S10, 350 cubic inches. Qualified ninth with a 760. So they need to off the pace a little bit. Way too quick was Pete here left hand side. First run was a 630. So he needs to be in that 650 index. Let's see what happens right
Series official merch tent located next to the staging lane.
here. Yeah, not sure Pete grasped the concept here. He's going 230, 630s on a 750 index.
Here's Trent Thomas coming up, Bradenton, Florida. Be over there in that newer looking Chevrolet Camaro 20 model year. 376 cubic inch small block. Number 19 in qualifying. Who's our right side competitor?
Mike Morrison out of Riverview, Florida, Coastal Dyno onboard 2021 GT500 318 against Coyote Motor. That's a beautiful car on the right side. Currently 20. Like the race. 760 for Thomas. Guess at which point they're gonna, or count, or get on the brakes. Yeah, I love this one coming up right here. This is Big Deborah on the side of that thing. Donovan Norton, right lane, on right here, right down the road.
Had their
Great. God, look at that thing. Did you see that over there last time? In the right lane out. Zapped it.
I know. They had some of the Cleetus McFarland place. I almost bought them a pair. They're just regular, like, plastic sunglasses.
How much were they? We need to get like the
It's like
track.
Sound like a dumper in there? I mean,
That
it
thing's,
sounded big, like big cubes.
Terry Siggany, right lane. 64 Falcon, this is the guy.
literally can't even record right now.
650. We got issues on the right-hand side. He's shut down. Malcolm Ricks goes dead 6 right there on that 50 index. I'm going to take.
Power to the track. Hoosier delivers championship winning performance across every
We now
round.
interrupt this for a
JA
special
Service
service
is the
announcement.
sponsor of the Dragon
If you would like to
Illustrated
continue this
Series,
stream,
led by veteran racers
subscribe to my
Jim and
channel.
Andy Riley. JA Service
We
is
have
natural leader in oil,
nothing
gas,
here to
well
survive
services,
by other
solutions,
than
and
Gatorade
driving
and
force
beer.
behind the Winter Series
We need
continued
some
growth.
we need some new
Thank you to
subscribers so I
Redline
can hit
Synthetic
10,000
Oils, our
today, guys.
official oil
The sun?
You guys want to keep it up?
Series.
You
And
guys want me
the
to keep up the
presenting
live stream here? I can't be
sponsor
wasting
of the World
battery for
Series
free,
of Pro
guys.
Mod. Thank you.
It's
Redline
actually really hard to
Synthetic
record
Oils.
right now
Next
because
time
we're
you wanna
getting
get serious,
absolutely blinded. So if I'm not getting all the cars perfectly, that's why. But
Redline Synthetic Oils.
I'm
we're
gonna do it.
just hanging out here anyways. We're at the Freedom Factory, obviously. You guys know that already. So
That's right.
keep
There's only
pausing it.
135 likes. You guys, come on. There's over
Yeah.
500 people. Every single one of you should have liked this video
146
by now.
likes. You guys are weak sauce. Where's everybody at? Holy cow, it's blinding though.
It is pretty bright.
Like the live stream and share it around.
Juniors, we need juniors
Subscribe to my
lanes, please.
YouTube
Junior
channel so I can
dragsters
keep growing
to the
this thing
lanes,
there. If you guys
please.
want to see more content that's related to cars, I usually fix old junk. But today we're working on cars, so if you guys want to keep seeing the live stream, sorry, batteries are free, guys. Here we go.
First round right here. This is number 14 qualified. Wait, Kelly. 69 or 454.
Stop
You
me.
can just-
Good, perfect. Perfect.
Corvette right there. Said he found this thing.
All right, now we return to our scheduled programming here, guys. Like I said, I can't even see my screen right now, so I'm sorry if I'm like missing some of those guys.
Corvette 427. How about that now? Look at that.
All right, watch your video.
Knock the dust right off of it. Load it 66 on that 50. Amazing pair coming up here in our 650 index category. Jackson Airwood, a Cleveland, Georgia, right-hand side, the 78 wagon with the 409. Man, I love the way these things work. When you get a wagon to work like this, they work forever and they put some money in your pocket. Left-hand side, middle step. Of course, Pierce for an 81 Oldsmobile, 502 cubic inches.
Looks pretty, man. Got those rainbow colors in it. Looks good. Candy colors, right?
It's like this good wheels up as well.
Apparently only one guy decided that he needed to leave.
Rip lap. Missed it just by 3,000, so he's there where he wants to be. Good run for Nico last event. Tony Jarvis, right here, breaking 66 Mustang, left-hand side. Beautiful car, 363 cubic inches. Rawhide number 2 with a 51 with a 0. Right there with both cars, really right there where they want to be. Let's see if Nico can repeat it. Here we go. Both of them on 48 for Jarvis. Next pair. That's beautiful.
That is a good-looking car there, McMillan. Toward Charlotte, Florida. He'll be in the left lane, ready to go down there. This is 650. Pick it up, 650 index.
You guys hear that? We're doing 650 index right now.
Pet treats. Now, how about it, man?
Chad Neal coming up next in the right-hand lane out of Paris, Florida. 86 S10. He qualified 6. He's going to 56 in his first run. That's great. 23 qualifier left-hand side. He went a 49 with a 1. Is Dustin King in a 63 Nova. Right side of Palmetto, Florida.
Like that little dry hop. See that? Got out of the water, stayed with it, gave it a little more gas.
87 S10, 226 qualifier today, 641 left hand side. Now, who do we got left side?
Left side, you got no other than is it Gerard Kelly, right?
Try to get it close to that time as they can get without going faster than the number on their trucks up there. If
65.
49, they lose because they went too fast. But if they run a 651 and then the person they're racing runs 650, then they lose.
Chris Welly of Sarasota in the right lane. 75 Vega, 461. Vega's come standard with the wheels down.
guy's good right there.
Now this Monza is one of the coolest Monzas you're ever going to see right there on the right-hand lane.
Far right-hand lane.
Yeah, Ben Singer Jr. is good at it. And this is the one that likes to carry the wheels on out there. But this is a beautiful car. 1980 Monza.
Screen
Just
protector.
to do the bird dog, one of the dog. Remember how the old broke down? Carry wheels. Not bad.
Ron Stern Sr. out of Crooksville, Maryland. 69 Barracuda.
Taking on Brian Schmidt right there, Northport, Florida. The 86 Laser, 427 on board.
This Barracuda is beautiful to the right-hand side of the farm racing bumper on board.
Hey, Canizzo, what are you doing, dude? Bob Stern Sr. down there, 668 to a 653. Shook got that Blazer running the number. There he is. Hey, Clyde. Qualifying. Steve Canizzo down there went into the Little Gangsters and someone picked his pocket, man. Told him he should have went to bed early last night. Now, let's go to the Moose Lodge.
Drinking adult beverage. David Fulton on the right side. 87 Monte Carlo. Early 13th of 659.
All right, so Big Frost, lady driver, how you doing, Steven? I got this for you right here. Big Frost, 643. God, put a block under the gas pedal. That thing's fast, man. Canizzo must have tuned that thing up without her knowing.
Fulton improves right there, goes to 53. You know, pirate looking truck over there, 2000 Dakota.
Look at that. That's all me right there. Paul Silvernail. St. Petersburg, Florida. 1955 Chevrolet. Man, is that thing gorgeous. Small rock quarter, 21 cubic inch Chevy. Did 630s in that thing.
Never did old.
Never. And I'm telling you, even the 210 models, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ultimate car, like, they get it. How about that right like
Yeah, and he goes to 53. That car's deadly. Gone a 62 and a 52 and a 53 right there where they need to be. And good job. Silvernail was a car last night. I don't want to see that a lot. Silvernail. Yeah, Silvernail. Right side. Yeah, they're starting to get a grasp on it now. They're going back there and detuning and tuning and doing what they need to do to get all over the 650 is going to be interesting.
Orlando, Florida.
Get an 80. Runs another 80 right there. So a little off the pace. That must be awesome.
Look at little Debbie. Boy, does she look hungry. 1970 Nova, sitting on the side of that door.
It says Big Deborah.
Oh, is it Big Deborah?
Big Deborah.
Pounded all the cream cakes, huh?
Got into the truck. Got into the truck overnight. Broke it.
Final call. Final call for juniors. Juniors to the lanes. Big Deborah. I'll tell you what, Big Debbie. 619 and 108 miles per hour. With that run in that Chevrolet down there. Good stuff. Good Lord. Here we go.
460 bike coming up next. Al, 460 bike. Who you got left side?
I'll tell you what, there on the left side of the racetrack, you got Joey Brandegard down there out of Ohio, the Hayabusa. Nice looking car.
Yeah, you're all messed up right there. Brad Gleason out of Walkersville, Maryland. Qualified number 15 with a 56. Gleason versus Brad Yard. Number 2. How about a pair of 61s? One with a 0, one with a 1.
More 61s there, guys.
Runs right here for both.
What's up from Madison, Ohio?
Mike Wagner, Procopio, whoa, it's Harvey Hubbard. That was a Procopio Leathers over there. It looks like.
What's up, Maxwell?
Yeah, Mike Wagner on the right hand.
Look at the nitrous purge right there on the left side. You won't see it on the right side of the stands, but he's got that juice coming out of that machine down there low, out of Virginia, the 15 model Suzuki.
Attention out
Hey,
there,
thanks.
folks.
Thanks,
Ryan K. Pittman. Now just go 10-4. Beautiful bike coming up next. Left-hand lane. Got like a, I don't know what, almost like a Japanese flag, but it's not, I guess. Joey Cagney got a cook kick around. Big coral for, I think, a Suzuki.
Do you have one of your jackets with you?
John Cacalucci out of Clearwater, the light lane. An 84 bike, 1,640 cc's, qualified number 8.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it, bud.
Left-hand lane is number 4 qualifier with a 460. Right side a little off the pace with a 74, and only 144 miles an hour. He's
Changing tripods here, guys. Just give me a second here, guys. We're changing tripods. Alright guys, just trying to fix my tripod here. We're changing tripod so I can turn this easier, so actually kind of get you guys a little bit better of a view here, hopefully.
Number 6 qualifier, left hand side for Butler. He goes 65.
Alright guys, sorry. Sorry guys, I just switched my tripod, so that'd be a little bit easier for me to turn it every time I want to show you guys the top end there.
Now Joe from right behind Ronald Wake Forest as well on Suzuki. Miles an hour. Bringing up the next pair. Lowry Callahan, South Carolina, South 14 Cali Sun. Yes. Mac McAdams. Back in right there. Out of Dunkirk, Maryland, 1441. CC's on the 22. Tucson. Pretty cool there with a Hardy sponsorship. Like Ryan said, got the big long swing on right there. Watch the back fender on that as soon as he hammers the throttle. That thing's going to be shooting down pitches and grating from that fender as it drops down on that tire.
And the Freedom Factory.
Right hand lane, 60 with a 2. Pro 10-5.
For the people that were asking about Cleetus, since he just flew by with his helicopter, I'm just going on a limb and saying he's not racing today.
Pro 10-5. Pro 10-5 in the lanes. Pro 10-5. Need you join the lanes, please. So a solo hit right there. This is number 13 qualifier, currently for 68 on the 60 index.
Yeah, exactly. It was Cleetus that flew over, I'm pretty sure. It was definitely his helicopter, so I'm sure it was him.
For 66 at 148 a row. It's a good hit. Don't move up, he was 13. Up next, got a 64, his run, good looking bike there, and in matching leathers. 2018 Suzuki 1640 C's. All over that 460 inch. The first one out of the box was a 64. Let's see what he does here. Suzuki 1800 cc.
Apparently that guy was legit.
It's a lot of it.
I'll have to flip it and show him in a minute.
John Sachs, you know who that is, right? Waxahachie, Florida, based 20 miles from
Ready?
Carl, what are you doing down there, Carl?
Apparently,
we
had at least one legitimate person in our live feed.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brad.
You're going to have to get
We
one.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Bud Light tastes a lot better when I didn't pay for it.
And Pro Mods are coming later.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys are just coming in now. I'm muting it while there's music playing in the background, so I turn it back on when it's like between racing. Alright guys, it's just junior dragsters right now.
All right, Kate's on the right lane.
Boy, how about that Murphy? Carson Murphy.
It's a lot better. Just turn.
Our second qualifier right here in our junior dragster category. This is the long league. You've never seen this before. This is where they start. And some of these pro mod drivers, believe it or not, started right here in junior dragster. So you got kids interested. World Junior right-hand lane in a Palm Coast, Florida, 2023 long chassis car. Grayson Brown with Columbia, North Carolina, in the left-hand lane. Good job. Coach Chansey's on board straight line, BD in the right lane, Crawl Racing. Right into the right-hand side.
So how often you look around or you just done?
I gotta go with the camera. Ryan Scott, I believe, on the left-hand side, 2024 Haskell. Taylor Fargo, right lane, out of Park, Florida. Another Haskell chassis. Coming back to back, yeah, there we go. Saratoga. Right trailer, sponsor, left-hand side. Here's my seat, right trailer, something that a lot of cars that's gone together. Left-hand side, 835 and 81 miles an hour. Fargo in the right lane, 789 and 82.
Remember what time they said Pro Mod was?
He said that
right lane. 784 and 82 miles per hour for Braxton Scott in the left lane. That's the end of the juniors, and we need true 10-5 to the lanes. True 10-5 to the lanes, please. See what you get, a U.S. Nationals t-shirt down there. Something great. And there's plenty of stuff to buy, bring home to remember this great 2026 year by right here at the U.S. Street Nationals.
or whatever. I go, listen, I'm gonna make you a millionaire. He goes, really? Order an Uber from here, film the whole thing all the way home. Hopefully it's an Indian guy who takes it. That's true. That's true. That's a guaranteed million views in 12 hours. Sir, you're breaking your car, sir. You can see the scraper out there right now getting its job done. The flat drag's doing their work. We're basically setting the track up for slicks for the rest of the evening. We're going to have our Pro 10.5 category next, then True 10.5, then Outlaw Pro Mod round number 1, then Limited Drag Radio, and Little Gangsters round 2.
You're talking back. I mean,
Rigo and Cox, Manica Holder, Lyle Barnett and Kurt Stenning matched up round 1. Kelly Mills, Greg Blevins, Jimmy Taylor, Eric Gustafson. That's the biggie right there, the 2 355 cars. Mike Decker, Eric Anderson, get John Dodd, Travis Harvey, Jason Harrison, Jim Halsey in the battle. Diego Costas is there. Jackson, Vernova Sean, taking care of there. Weatherford Snyder, Ben Holt, Salemi, Kai Kelly, and Jay Cox. Those are your quick run through of our first round matchups coming just a little bit down the road in the Pro Modified category, presented this weekend, of course, by M&M Transmissions.
Absolutely. You know, we talked about the little gangsters here this weekend and how we enjoy watching that category. Steve Canizzo, come over here, guy right here, helps everybody in the state of Florida do their transmission. Your thoughts on the whole category? I know you didn't get good. Are you happy with what's going on in it?
Yes, I am.
So you like what they performed, the money they're paying out, and you'll be back for the next one?
Yes, I will.
There you go, Steve Canizzo. That's
it. Those are definitive answers. Those are definitive answers. There was no indecision in any of those responses.
He was about to let his brain take over his cup there for a minute.
I'm proud of you.
Anyway, but Brian Malone's will have a special guest coming up here, the 10.5 area.
Yeah, Caleb Moore's going to be up here with me to call rather Pro 10.5. And then True 10.5.
That's right. And I'm telling you what, put some water in the puddle down there, and we'll get the burnouts commenced, and we will go to town.
Yeah, it looks like the scraping portion of the program is almost done here. A couple more trips for weight up and down. Now is a great time to grab yourself something to munch on, grab yourself something to have a drink on right now, and then settle in, because it is going to be all slick tire all the time, hammering cars down this racetrack. Once this baby is set up and ready to fly for the slicks. JD Service is the presenting sponsor of the Drag Illustrated Winter Series. Led by veteran racers Jim and Andy Whiteley, J&A Service is a national leader in oil and gas well servicing solutions and a driving force behind the Winter Series' continued growth. As always, we thank J&A Service for their continued support. Redline Synthetic Oil is the official oil of the Drag Illustrated Winter Series and the presenting sponsor of the World Series of Pro Mod. Trusted by champions across drag racing, Redline delivers race group and performance where it matters most. Learn more at redlineoil.com. Modern Racing is the official turnkey solution of the Drag Illustrated Winter Series. Based in Mooresville, North Carolina, Modern Racing specializes in wiring, plumbing, fabrication, tuning, and complete race-ready solutions. From build season to race weekend, Modern Racing has you covered.
Don't forget the amazing Shane Dice here, also here this weekend. They got orange, pineapple, sour apple, cotton candy, all sorts of flavors, and they're all fun. West side of the track. Back to Brian Lowe.
Coast Packing is an associate sponsor of the Drag Illustrated Winter Series and a longtime supporter of Pro Mod drag racing. Led by Eric Gustafson. Justice & Coast Packing proudly supports the Winter Series and will continue their competition in the World Series of Pro Mod.
How about that VIP tent by the tower? Don't forget Sunday, 8 a.m. Chapel service, non-denominational. You want to be there? Say your prayers, do all your great things, and we'll go back to racing. Here we go.
WS Construction specializes in pre-engineered steel buildings and erection services and is a proud sponsor of the Drag Illustrated Winter Series. From concept to completion, WS Construction builds with strength and precision. Menhold Chevrolet is a major sponsor of the Drag Illustrated Winter Series and a leading multi-location dealership group serving the Northern Rockies. With massive inventory and top-tier service, Menhold Chevrolet drives performance on and off the racetrack. Fuel Tech is a major sponsor of the Drag Illustrated Winter Series and a global leader in engine management and data systems. Known for hands-on support and drag racer first innovation, Fuel Tech continues to shape the future of door slammer drag racing. And I'm joined, once again, by Kayla Morton up here at the timing tower. Kayla, how are you?
I'm great. I am so happy to be up here for Pro 10.5 and True 10.5. It's kind of where I live, and it makes me the most excited for racing.
Well, it's great to have you back up here again. You've been having a fun adventure this weekend, as you have since the last race at the top end. Gotta give you credit. Great interviews. I like the fact the relationships you have with these drivers really shines through. You know the questions to ask them and the buttons to push sometimes.
Yeah, I've known these guys for a really long time, and a lot of people don't realize that we've been racing together, on the show, but we've known each other for 10, 20 years. So we're personal friendships with these people, and watching Sean get into the field in the last qualifier, so big, so emotional, and Bowman, knowing that he's so family oriented and his girls are up there with him, I knew that would make him soft immediately.
It's good stuff. Let's take a look at our Pro 10.5 qualifying. You get the qualifying in your hand. We're going to have Pro 10.5 up first. Who has impressed you in this field so far?
Yeah, so Carson Baker takes the #1 spot in the last qualifying run last night. Fletcher Cox had it for most of the day, and then they came in there, snuck in, stole candy from a baby.
Yes, they did. Wait a second. Who are you calling a baby? That was clearly Kayla making that comment. Yeah.
I'll stand by it. They come out swinging with a 388 with a 4. So that's really impressive to me. Another one that sticks out to me is Tim Parton. I got to know some of his crew guys this weekend. Really awesome guy. A top ball bracket racer. He's still getting used to a pro tree, but he is doing absolutely phenomenal and is stuck right in the middle of this field with people who've been racing for a really long time.
Yeah, look, and I think there are a couple of sleepers in that field. I think we haven't seen the best out of Joel Wensley Jr.'s effort yet. John Corinzi's a guy who's got that Corvette that can certainly get the job done. These racers, I think specifically, are loving the fact that we're getting this racetrack turned around, and that sun is going to be behind those trees in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, the track conditions are also really that sun goes down. We're dragging it now. It should be killer, tight, ready to go. We should see some big numbers out of these next few classes.
Absolutely should. The True 10.5 category will follow Pro 10.5. True 10.5 has been and continues to be an incredible thing to watch. Now, the neat part about this is, what's your take? I want your take on this. We have not seen times on the scoreboards. We will see them in the first round. The clocks will be turned on. I see both sides of this thing, but the one thing that has kind of blown up this entire conversation is that everybody has run to social media with their time slips this week, so what difference does it make anything?
It doesn't make a difference. It's a change that I'm accepting. I'm not going I was happy with that first, but it was so good for the spectators and the fans to realize what these cars are capable of on a 10.5-inch wide tire. It is crazy what they're going. Combinations that they are putting together and making that tire stick. It is absolutely impressive.
I like the conversation that was having Larry Larson yesterday talking about the category. He is not a fan of them because multiple power adders are available in this class. A lot of people may not know that, but you're going to see basically almost, I shouldn't say almost all, but many of the supercharged cars are also running nitrous, which is effectively a liquid intercooler. Blowers love nitrous.
Correct. So Larry Larson does complain about dual power.
We're here for my birthday month.
Point. However, if you can't beat him, join him. Larry Larson is also running a dual power adder. So he has joined that pack. He's going to do whatever he can to win. And if it's to spray that hard charger, he's going to give it all. give all of it to it.
And knowing Larry, having probably 2005, I met Larry first 20 years ago. And, you know, he built the S10 truck he built for a drag and drive competition that's coming back out again.
My favorite part about Florida are the beautiful sunsets.
It was like, okay, if you're going to let the rules be this, I will show you why we shouldn't let the rules be this. And so this isn't the first time he's taken that path, and it worked out pretty good for him with the drag and drive stuff.
And if you don't know, he actually has that truck here. I saw him.
Here comes the man himself.
Yeah. Which is absolutely hysterical. Have this truck with a big tire horn that's so fast. Going to get a trailer behind it. It's quite a sight.
It's fantastic. He's obviously it's won drag and drive events. He actually won a top sportsman national event in Topeka with that truck, and it's coming back out with a new engine combination. I think he's pretty ready to try to reset the all-time street legal record. So when we look at our True 10.5 list of competitors, same question I had about Pro 10.5. Who jumps out at you?
So I think the matchup of the round is probably number 9, Ryan Martin versus Chase Womack.
Oh, wow.
Ryan has ran over Chase the last few times that they have ran. I think Chase is probably tired of it, so he's going to swing for the absolute fits here. Chase Womack did take out Ryan Martin in Outlaw Armageddon.
Okay.
So if you want to do it, and I know his car is not slow, I'm just not sure it's capable of running that 90, and with the weather conditions and the sun going down, by the time we get there, Ryan Martin is going to be capable of that. And that red car, it's a Swiss Army knife. You can put anything on it, it just seems like it likes all the power.
Look, and Scott Taylor's a guy who, again, we didn't have the scoreboards turned on, but we did have a great visual on the runs that were made during the final, shakedown, if you will, qualifying setup, however we call it, for True 10.5. Taylor's car ripped, absolutely ripped. We know Bill Lewis has posted some time slips. That car has been down very low in the 390s. And, as far as we know, he's the class of the field because, frankly, nobody else has posted a time that quick. Other people may have gone quicker, but as best we know, Lutz is the big performance guy right now.
Yeah, he has definitely put up some big numbers and front half numbers.
Yes.
Not just the ET number and the mile an hour number. However, I don't know if you have caught the trend of Bill Lutz's heights lately. But the best one out of the last 6 passes is like a 140. So hopefully he doesn't do that here and get caught.
He's gonna have to tighten that up.
Yes.
Especially with Reed. I mean, Reed, if there's one thing we know Corey can do, he can get off the blocks.
Absolutely. Corey Reed is an absolute beast on the starting line, and that thing goes out consistently.
It does.
Almost every time. I want to come back to Scott Taylor. I think he is one of the fastest in the field, but also deserving this weekend. He has had a very rough go. He's put in motors. He has been thrashing down there on both cars. He barely missed the field.
20 miles from
He was so sad this morning. And I told him, hey Scott, Little Goldie is your ace in the hole.
Yeah.
Chin up, buttercup. We still have another class to win today.
Yeah, that's the absolute truth. So we were talking about a lot of the different elements of Pro Mod. People are like, oh man, Harris just barely missed the #1 spot. It's like, okay, you can look at it that way. The guy's the #2 qualifier in the quickest field of all time. That's the way I'm looking at it if I'm sitting there. There's positive in all this stuff. And to your point for Taylor, he still has a pretty big weapon to swing here with that little Goldie.
He does, and he is matched up with Cole Pez. I'm sure you know, but Cole had a small accident earlier this week. They have been working nonstop on that car for 72 hours. So since putting that car back together, I know they had to put struts on it.
Okay.
I know that they had to put tires and wheels on it. Last night he came out here, aborted the run, and that's the only run that he has gotten
plugged into anything
anyway.
Yeah, so they're coming in with a kind of a Hail Mary setup in that car, but we've seen crazier things happen. These two classes specifically
you want to take
hit
them
you in
with
a
you?
specific place.
Let them walk a little bit?
Yeah, so these two classes are the heart of what I love. It's small tire, it's grungy, there's a lot of controversy.
Take
the
these, throw them in the trash.
professional
Thank
team
you.
racing is out the window. It's old country boys out for themselves that most of them work full-time jobs or run their business 80 hours a week and do this for a hobby. And the fact that they can go this fast on the tire and they can make time to make these cars competitive.
I'm pretty sure
is
Vic
so
ran like
impressive
a
to me. They're
360
regular
today,
people. They
so
have
he's
families,
gonna
they
have to pick it up
businesses,
if he
they have
wants to
jobs,
get in there.
And they still come out here and just whip it.
They do, and you look at the list of the people in the category, the jobs they have. You look at like the Sandlin family, they run the scrap and wrecking yard to get Larson builds race cars for a living. I mean, you go down this list, and it's all people that have their cars kind of reflect their personalities and who they are.
Absolutely, and you know, a lot of these guys are road racers at heart.
Yep.
So that's another exciting factor.
Probably not,
A lot of
Dave.
these
If I
people
was,
that will line up today,
if I was
this is not for
going
free.
to go to sick
I
week, I'd
promise
want to
you
be
there's
racing.
side bets,
Gotcha.
There's pods going on.
I don't usually
if
do
you'll
live
see
streams
down
on
in the
this
middle,
kind of stuff.
it's
I
gonna
usually
get
just buy old
really
cars,
busy
fix
down there
them,
on the
and
starting line because
that stuff on my
everybody that
channel.
knows anything about small tires is going to be coming down to bet right there in the middle of the racetrack, and that's what makes small tire exciting.
Absolutely.
Vic
The
ran
energy
about
is
halfway
fantastic.
through the field,
And
Brandon.
we have all the equipment off the racetrack. We got people in place. The track lights have just popped on. And the very first pair of cars is rolling up toward the war box right now. And that first pair will be Fletcher Cox and John Carinci. Carinci coming out of Canada by way of Port St. Lucie, Florida. Fletcher Cox calls Jack Crow, Texas home. And his big old mean 977-inch nitrous powered 69 Camaro. Yes, we are.
Man, it's actually really humid right now, so it's not really that great to be running, but it's, this morning is when they would have really been had the best chance of going fast. The track's probably going to start kind of going away here pretty soon.
What I think is so neat about what Fletcher's doing in drag racing, what he has done for years in drag racing, and how genuine it is. I think that.
Yeah, I'll keep streaming here, guys, as long as I don't lose my battery or whatever, but I've got it plugged in, but you always lose a little bit, so unless something happens with the stream.
This is what he's always wanted to do. He loves football.
Help me out and subscribe to the channel and check out all my other content here. I usually just do old random cars that I fix. Cars, trucks, car bodies, whatever. You guys can see Fireball Camaros right there. Let me see if you guys can see here. You guys see Fireball Camaro hanging out there?
Yes, he is. He has a great group of people surrounding him. Quite literally at this moment, you see some big names out there. Triple checking a wheelie bar. A couple of the other guys getting ready to roll him ahead. And John Carinci, I mentioned this earlier. Let's not write this guy off. He's only got a 393 at 196 miles an hour.
Thanks, guys.
That is a 380 car all day long, especially in conditions like this.
Yeah, what you can ask about is they can on the street. You can't be called to see around on my people.
And I gotta believe that Fletcher is probably gritting his teeth. I'm sure he wanted the number one spot and to watch it kind of get stolen from him, and then end up third of all things last night. Probably annoyed him.
Absolutely, but it's like Pro Mod. They can shift, so it doesn't matter where you're going on the goal line. You die.
So these two beautiful race cars on this Saturday night. This is round one eliminations of Pro 10-5. Earn a win light. You get the fires back up here tomorrow. It doesn't come on, you pack it up and go home. John Carinci
Left lane, guys, left lane.
He was all over the place out there.
Man, that was a race. He made it not have won, but he made it a very entertaining
387
drag
at
race. He jumped the
184.
crap out of that car and picked with the little run for his money.
Look at the speed differential down there. You'd expect that in the turbo car, but 16 miles an hour at the stride. He was gaining on him.
Yeah, that's not like you're driving around every day or down the highway at 16 miles an hour. That comes up so quick.
And it's going to be Joel Wesley Jr. Yeah, they beat up some bars this week. They run a combination very similar to this car to what Joel Senior runs in the Pro Mod car. So it's got that 5-speed transmission behind it. Patrick Bargos on the screen, so to speak. But here's the issue: Ambiati's car only runs 416, and these guys haven't watched them race for long enough. You've seen us enough in this sport. You watch a team come out here and kick rock for 3 or 4 runs, and then all of a sudden they show up with what the car is capable of. I think these guys can give Wesley everything he can handle, even though they haven't showed it yet.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yes, we did.
And these cars are a perfect example. They're both so relatable
left lane, guys.
They both hit the tree pretty well.
They did hit the tree pretty well, and you called that one. Great run out of both cars. I'm happy to see that 90 for Joe Winfrey.
We'll sit here for now.
Tim Martin, let's talk about Tim. We set this up pretty well. Tim's coming into this program with this really cool Exorcist Camaro that's going to roll up. And he said this is like a new world for this guy.
Yeah, and he's so excited to be here. And to talk to a racer that's brand new to a class and having that much enthusiasm is always entertaining. And I'm going to kind of root for the underdog dog here. He hasn't been racing in this class for very long.
You guys can hear who's talking there is Kayla Morton. It is the sheriff, yep. So right lane 390.
They have worked their butts off. Brand new race team come out here with a round one win. That is an accomplishment in itself.
Huge. I mean, just again, you talk about this idea of like I want to do this, I have these other skills, but you got to get in here and kind of mix it up to feel like you really belong. Well, Tim, you really belong. That was a very impressive run. 3.907 moves him on to round number 2, which will be contested tomorrow. Carson Baker and Jerry Morgano. How about Baker showing up like this?
Right lane 390 at 207.
Honestly, probably knows.
Sorry,
As a
391.
driver, you know when you're late. You know whenever you crap the bed and ruin it for your team, and that's a devastating pass for the person.
It's a rough lesson to learn, and you've been in that seat before. I've seen some of the best in this entire sport. It happens to everybody time and again. It's a lesson. Unfortunately, it's a lesson you learn in front of God and everybody.
It's a hard lesson to learn. The worst place right there.
Nick Agostino or Ron Fisher coming up right now. Fisher goes 404 at 186. To Ron Fisher's credit, that car has picked up nearly a full tenth of a second this weekend, and they are working their way toward a 3-second pass. But for Agostino, it might have been him. It might have sounded like the throttle might have hung on that thing for a half a second.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but the amount of 390 passes is so impressive. This field is really stacking up to be a tight field.
And the man who drew the bye.
This is actually not a drawn bye.
Oh, Tom Sickles. Is Greg King on that?
Yeah, that is Greg.
Oh, yes, I apologize. I saw Andy, and I mistook Andy for the...
Rolling up in the time.
Gotcha, okay.
So I'll tell you a little fact about Andy Willoughby. He went testing at Ennis at the Motorplex a couple of months ago, and they had a little gangster's race. And told him he wanted to test, he had to enter the little gangster's race.
That is a great story.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, because eventually you're probably like, I kind of want to make a run here, but this is going so well, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Wow.
Exactly. I saw it on the top four on social media, and I was like, there's no way.
No way.
Right now, with this little lane home, pretty good.
Well, that certainly padded the wallet for the trip out here to Florida. That is a killer story. Mike Bowman pointed at the windshield and said, I see you in there. And they're saying he's broken. It does appear that he is broken. Mike Bowman is located out across the racetrack. He initially hit the brakes and trying to refire here and off the bank down there. Yeah, drop into a false sense of security. So Greg Taylor, free stage, here comes Andy 143.6 and 180 miles an hour is the first time in True 10-5 history the scoreboards have been turned on. Willoughby's car smoked the tires early, runs a 493 at 118.
Like you have cars that are going to run E90s, and you have cars that are going to run 430s, and you have giant struggle club
Yes.
to for this class. But that's why the boards are off before. Nobody really knew.
Yes.
They like to get a giant full shot win, but now there is no hiding behind those scoreboards anymore.
No height, everything's out in front of everybody. It's Jason Terrell, and here comes Brandon Sandlin out of Bates, Kansas. The Sandlin Iron Metal Auto Salvage Junkyard Stew. Jason Terrell, the 2019 Corvette. You don't get too much of a different look than this.
I love Corvette. It really turns me up. Brandon Sandlin was on his way to Bradenton. COVID broke down. He turned around. He said, I'm not going to make it, boys. Somebody help him out. He made it. The very last day, I think he did.
I have watched the videos of him manhandling this thing through places like Yellow Belly down in Texas. So he is fearless. He is as fearless as they come and as skilled as they come. Jason Terrell's Corvette is as slick as it could possibly be. People say you can't hide money. There's a couple of bucks tied up in that thing down there. It does look spectacular. Factory dimensions on the body and all. And Sandra rolls at 53. Your favorite champion ahead. Big time in the lights. 415 and 193 miles an hour. That thing was singing to the heavens when he got down there.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Brandon.
Angle it down more.
Jason goes red by 018.
I did already.
And I'm going to say Brandon is going to have a lot of work to do whenever he gets back to the pits, but they don't run again tonight, so we'll have all night to get it together and hopefully be able to make the call tomorrow.
We got a replay here. We're going to watch on the boards. Terrell kind of took 2 bites of the starting line to stage this thing and sent him in deep and caused him to go red. And man, that was a big one. It knocked the superchargers smooth off the top of the engine going through the 8-mile finish line.
Yeah, that was a big complete.
He might have double hit the button or something.
Yeah, he doubled his button, he lost a little boost, it probably threw him way off or rocked the car just a little deeper, causing him to go red. Real bad situation, unfortunate for him.
I was getting something.
Yeah, walk people through as we're sitting here as they clean this up. Walk people through that staging process if you could. For people in the stands that aren't really sure what they're looking at, what's the driver doing in there?
It all depends on what combination that we have on the driving. I mean, honestly, the turbo car is the hardest to stage. Not something I prefer, but you have to go in, hold one button, spool it all the way up, then you take another button, start bumping it in, then let go of the first button as well as the brake pedal, and then you're on. Hold one button,
This dude won in the right lane.
Yeah, it's a heck of a thing, especially when the guy when they have to get on the pull that off successfully too. Yeah.
I love it. well, Terry really gets lucky there. And Taylor almost takes him out and almost takes a potentially winning monster of a car out in the first round. That would have been pretty devastating. And Taylor had some numbers on the tree as well.
And they were both almost pedaling at the same time, too. It was like both of them had the same issue at the same moment, and Larry's car was able to put it together just a couple of hundredths ahead. But that was, yeah, he was sweating that one big time, all the way up to the stripe.
That's one of those rounds where you look out your window and think, everybody's right there. I think I can make it work one more time. Sometimes that bites you, sometimes it works out for you.
Oh, it's going to be Ty Kelly and Brian McGee coming up next. Kelly from Nova, Mississippi. Oh, through the water box of the Buick, North Jagalang. And here comes Brian
And honestly, Brian was giving him a pretty good run for his money in the middle, and then just lost the tire and didn't get to finish the run.
Yeah, that thing really started to climb up on those. Again, talking about a true 10.5 tire here. The fact they could even pull that wheel stand and then drive up into it is incredible.
Yeah, and they don't have bars in the back. Like big tire cars, like you have to make a judgment call. Is it a little tire? Can I run it through the stripe? And that's a pretty scary judgment call to make.
When the track light is actually shining straight through the windshield and you're looking at it now, that may be a good indication that tonight's not your night. Matt Jones and Scotty G rolling up right now.
So I'll give you a fun fact about Scotty G. Scotty G.
Well, by all means, go ahead.
Scotty G is an old, no-time racer.
Yes.
He's been in this game for a long time.
That is Spencer Hyde, Steve King, Vic Alvarez, Mike Baldwin, Justin Bond, Pete Norton, Sidney Frigo, and Robert Cox. We need the first 4 pair of Pro Mod to the staging lanes, please, for round 1 elimination.
You talk about the orders in the first 4 pair. Here's something else. Come on, Spencer Hyde, first pair out.
So Matt Jones got a big order here, 470-inch turbocharged combination in his 91 GMC truck. Cool looking piece that it is. And man, this thing just settles the bumper down so nicely when he leaves. This plank just all the weight on the rear tires. But Scotty G, to your point, this guy's been no time racing up in Englishtown and Atco and all those places back in the day before he came down to Florida.
Yeah, for a long time. I said earlier, I don't think because the how old really are. And racing is long that he's been an absolute Scotty G for all those years, and he never touched board on, so he
left lane.
Move
the tires
really
off.
Uncharacteristic of him. Lucky win for Matt Jones, and congratulations to that team.
So one thing I'll say, you know, Scotty's 127 light, he hit the gas, and the revs, the thing was just revved down so low. That car did not move anywhere near the way it should have when he got off the starting line, and it just never got up. And that would be officially what we know to be the quickest elapsed time in competition. Anybody's laid down on this tire. Corey Reed goes 407.
100%. Bill takes it. Awesome time with their team members. Congratulations to that team. That is such a accomplishment. Staying on that forever.
To go 104.
393, fastest time on that tire, guys.
Scott Taylor goes there. Was 35 green, Taylor was 71 green, and Cole Pez on a hole shot of 7/1000ths of a second wins the drag race.
Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely devastated for Scott. This becomes so much a crappy weekend, and that is ended entirely there, but also really happy for because it was the work your butts off at the midnight in 72 hours and being able to go over 7 minutes without any kind of rest.
What it's going to feel like to be on Taylor's side of it, and then just a pure elation to be on the side of it with a best damn it, instead of the depth of despair, and now a round win to race on Sunday. Brad Brad Edwin. Rolling up on the right side, the 94 Illumina. We talk about cool cars in the category. Illumina is one of them. Zach Jones in the 69 Camaro.
Now, Brad also has a they have been making these cars a little faster, a little more consistent, fast. So, it's really good to hear, but Matt Young is kind of notorious for being a sleeper. Like, all of a sudden, it's the one mile, so then you're like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Those are the most dangerous people. Very good. And they seem to kind of hang around. Even though they're successful, they hang around. And then all of a sudden, by the time you realize they're a threat, they've already kicked your ass.
Yeah, Tom, if you can hear me, also known as Jimmy Dale, start handing out the 20s, because I saw you lose all that money just now. You bet on the wrong side.
We need pairs 5 through 8. That is going to be Fanica and Holder. That is going to be Barnett and Stedding. Callie Mills and Greg Blevins. Jimmy Taylor and Eric Gustafson. First 8 pairs of round 1 of Eminence Transmission Pro Modified in the standing lane, please.
No matter what's around right here, Brian was supposed to take it all night. Brian has the margin, 62 thousandths of a second. Womack played the game perfectly up front. He did.
Ryan Martin,
Got him on the tree by quite a lot.
394 at 200 mile an hour.
Down and play the game. It just wasn't quite enough. But both really good passes in both cars, and I think Chase still had first down.
Here's some credit right here. You set that starting lineup perfectly. What you would have done is exactly what Womack did. You said you wanted him to go when he did. Then Martin did a second, and he laid 500s on him on the starting line.
Yeah, you race these guys enough, and Jason plays fine so much, but you learn their characteristics.
Yeah.
If you have to do anything you can to play starting line day, because of that disadvantage show. Jason
Just
always
break up the rhythm.
That's it. You
Well
have
done.
to break up their routine.
Joe Ravioli right side and Lance Kanicki on the left side out of Casper, Wyoming. The 1967 Nova, a car that is one of the most exciting things to watch. When it's working right, this thing will carry the front end.
Yeah, he's a really good driver. Another one that will make it happen, no matter the situation. Joey Ravioli is what I call him, Jordan is slow. He's been racing that same car for 15 years. It is kind of an iconic car in the small tire world. I sat down with Joey earlier and asked him what his spirit animal was.
Okay.
Okay. Joey Ravioli's spirit animal is because in this interview I wanted to make a point.
4:28, 198 miles an hour for Joe. And he will move on to round 2. Lance left on it by just 12 thousandths.
Yeah, big mile an hour for Joe too. 198, that's a really great number for that car. And now they have something to build on for tomorrow. But I don't think you'll see these numbers tomorrow early in the day. They're going to run record steady numbers in the 90s tonight. It's probably your best chance to do it.
Agreed. As Kyle Canyon and James Daniels show up now. Final figure of round 1.
We have this mile finish, we have a live
Yes. Okay. Oh, James Driscoll. Daniels musters a 450 at 172. Nothing to be ashamed of on that run either, but Canyon had plenty where he needed it.
Yeah, I'm really happy for that team. Glad we're racing tomorrow. I can't wait to go over there, celebrate, have a beer. His wife will be happy, which is a big deal in that pit. Misty's not happy, nobody's happy. So yeah, it'll be a good night tonight over there in the Canyon pit.
So as we got our final run here, the bye run coming up. Pro 10-5 chip draw happening in the VIP tent right now. Pro 10-5 chip draw. If you want the first round, you're going to be back in the chip draw behind the timing tower right now. Now we have our bye run showing up right now. Ryan Hendrickson going to roll up here on the bye. The right side of the racetrack. This Mustang is sneaky fast.
It is sneaky fast. It has a big 1 hour. It is a mini with twin turbos. He's been riding that combination for a really long time. He hasn't been on it most of the time, but I'm telling you right now, he needed this bye run today. Struggled yesterday, so it's a lucky duck right there.
Sometimes things break your way when you need them. And for Ryan, that is a big thing. When you look at the list of first round winners, who outperformed your expectations and who made you pick it up?
This was a nutty round, honestly. I expected much more out of Larry. I'm a Larry fan. I thought for sure that he was going to be the first to compete. So that was a little disappointing for me. Another one is Weimar, impressive. Right down Broadway, nothing just sticks. It doesn't move around at all. I'm so happy for Kyle. And we'll see what happens at the store. Hopefully a little more consistency.
Sure. I mean, listen, I think me too, Bill Lewis continues to prove that he has an absolute romper stopper for racing. Right through the lights. He pedaled into a 442.5 at 187.5 miles per hour.
Yeah, so that thing continues to have problems. That car is like a silent but deadly fart. That thing takes off. It looks
It'll
like
take
an
you out with no
absolute
warning.
turn. It's so quiet, and then about the time you think it's going to get its butt beat, it picks up so much mile an hour out there with
Huge
those
speed.
twins.
Yeah.
It is insane.
Well, Caleb Morton, thank you very much. As the tractors roll out, we have called the first 8 pair of Outlaw Pro Mods into the staging lanes. That includes Hyde King, Alvarez Bowman, Bond North and Frigo, Cox, Manica Holder, Barnett Stedding, Mills, Blevins, Taylor, Gustafson.
Yeah, so I just want to point out that everybody thought that half of this field today was going to go 390s, right?
Agreed.
Yes, like it has
Yes.
been a controversial topic on social media, and we had some big numbers that were a swing at 390, 430s, 450s, and I think this just proves that maybe everybody isn't as fast as what they've been saying.
That could very well be the case. And when it was 50 degrees earlier in the week, maybe that was also Mother Nature throwing a little bit of a natural supercharger with these guys that they don't have to work with right now, too.
Yeah, so I kind of like that they can't hide behind these times anymore.
It's a lot tighter in a lot of ways than I expected it today.
Yeah.
A lot tighter.
There's no more lying. There's no more fibbing. And
Guys, we got to clear the starting line. I apologize to interrupt you. Get off the starting line. That is a very simple command. Get off the starting line, unless you have a Bradenton Motorsports Park and or Drag Illustrated Winter Series shirt on. Get off the starting line. Okay, the keg machine, that doesn't qualify. Get a tire pressure gauge or a temp gauge, get out the way. We need everybody off the starting line. And if you think that might be you, it's you.
Ryan, thank you so much for having me. I always have stuff in front of me. It's the highlight of my day.
Well, thank you.
I'm going to go down and see if I can drag some more emotions out of these robot drivers, but I would love to come up here with you anytime during the school hour class and punch in some more fun facts for you.
Hell yeah. Let's do it again tomorrow as we get ready. Kayla's going to go to the top end for round 1 of Pro Mod. We're going to prep the racetrack and we'll be right back with 32 of the nastiest Pro Mods in the world trying to win the first round here at Bradenton. is the tightest Pro Mod field in the history of our sport. This is the quickest Pro Mod field in the history of our sport. And without question, this is the most elite group of Pro Mod drag racers that has ever been assembled. 72 teams traveled from all points of the globe to see who's who here at Bradenton, to put on a show for all of you, and boy, did they deliver. Now, we're down to 32. 32 of the biggest names in drag racing, the toughest competitors, the best drivers, the best teams, the quickest and fastest door slammers on the planet. From this point forward, there are no easy rounds. Every pass matters. Every pair is a battle. This is as real as it gets. Before we fire these engines and get this first round underway, we're going to begin our pre-race ceremonies with a word of prayer, followed by our national anthem, performed once again by the incredibly talented Mallory Elizabeth. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce my dear friend, Tin Soldier's own Jason Terrell, for our prayer. Thank you. Hey.
Happen and making people make a difference. That is one of the highest callings on this earth. To be a professional joy setter of it. You do a great job at it. Nobody else could wear the hat. It's your hat to wear. And you hold it phenomenal. Thank you for doing what you do. I can't wait to do this for years to come with you. And I am very, very proud to be your friend. And thank you to your wife. Because you're the one that knows how many sleepless nights this man has, all the work that he puts in that nobody sees, and your family has endured it for us. Sometimes it's enduring, sometimes it's joy, and sometimes it's frustration. But you stand by him and you've done all this together. So sometimes people see him, but they need to see you too. You guys are incredible. You're welcome. I love you. All right, you gotta give me 2 minutes, and if you don't think the way that I do, or think the way that Wes does, that's okay. You never argue anybody into love. You love them there. So tonight I made a really stupid mistake in my race car. All right, I got it. I made a really stupid mistake in my race car about 15 minutes ago, so it still feels fresh. It still hurts. My bump box did bump in. I rolled in a little deep, and I let go of that button just a hair early. I was only 18. And my kids are at home. My wife's at home. She's been battling all that all week for me to be able to come out here and do this, and then I screw it up. I get back to the trailer, and I immediately get a phone call from my dude Wes. It's like, hey, can you come up and do the prayer? And on the back of our race car, you'll notice something. It says, Peter walked on water. And in Luke, what happened is Jesus called Peter out of the boat, and Peter walked on the water. Well, what happened is when the wind came and the storms came, he got scared, and he took his eyes off of Jesus. And you know what he did? He sank. And then right after that happened, Jesus reached out, and he grabbed his hand, and he pulled him up. God calls us to jump out of the boats in life. That's what this man did. He jumped out of a boat to make this happen. God has put dreams and visions and things in your heart that you are scared to do. And the world will tell you that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, and that you'll never make it. That's crap. You have dreams that only you can live out. So today and tonight, my challenge is the things that you think are crazy, so crazy you won't even share with anyone else, I pray life into them. If you're struggling with addiction, if you're struggling with anything in this world, I pray that you feel the love of God. Because He came to save us. He didn't come for the healthy, He came for the sick. And God, we need you. We all need you. And I pray tonight that people that have never been seen feel seen right now. That they can understand how unbelievably valuable that they are and how dear they are to the King's heart. I'm going to pray for us, and then I'm going to invite Mallory up. and she's going to sing the greatest song that there ever was and ever will be. This is the greatest country on the face of this planet. I am so proud to be an American. I'm proud of all the people that died to make this country a thing. And man, I'm proud to be standing here right at Bradenton Motorsports Park, talking to all you guys, and just getting to convey the love of God to you. I pray that you feel it. Jesus, thank you so much for who you are. God, thank you for the way that you created us. You knew that we were going to screw it up, but you did it anyway because you wanted a relationship with us. God, we are all tools in your toolbox, and when we work together, we can accomplish the greatest things. So God, I pray that your peace would fall, that your joy would fall, and that your Holy Spirit would just be all over this place. That people could feel something in the air tonight that's not just the excitement of race cars, but that your Spirit is invited to dwell with us. Let it dwell, let it hang out. I pray that in the heavenly realms that there is a wave of angels around this place, and that they pour out your love and your goodness. I pray that people feel seen. I pray for our drivers that get in these cars, man. I pray that they feel loved, protected, and that they are so dear to you. I pray that your angels line those cars, and if I was an angel, I would want to go that fast too. So God, be with us. We love you. Thank you for drag racing. It is the greatest sport on the face of the planet, and I'm convinced of that. In Jesus' name, amen.
Wow.
You guys can remain standing, and Miss Mallory is going to sing the best song that there ever was.
Oh.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
how close that was. The margin of victory was 9,000ths of a second.
357 at 210 right lane.
King was out on Spencer. Spencer missed it just a little bit, but the horsepower at the big end of the mile-an-hour pulling through turns on the win line. Identical at 60 feet, almost a tick of the top off over there for King at 330. What a drag race.
Left lane, 358 at 211.
Look at that down at 60 foot, 919 to a 981. Yeah, they were pretty close right there, reaction time, but at the big end, man, Victor just started to eat that mile an hour was not enough to catch him. You got to make a good clip. I would tell you, I apologize, Steve Logan coming out. Don't forget to get a Mike Bowman autograph. Get it this weekend, accordingly, and make sure you get it next month. Because I think this may be like the retirement years of that guy in this type of racing. Telling me earlier at the airport last time we were here. question, nothing about the better half of it. They were dead even.
Left lane, they were both blowing the tires off.
But they both lost power. They got back in it. I tell you what, Ron almost caught him at the end, but
Left lane.
and momentum. And North gets the win.
Man, what a drag race right there at the pedal fence. I thought I should have done it and then accelerated, but they go way around him and just not enough to there.
Raised up the tripod, you guys, to try to get a little better view. There's so many people standing right now, it's hard to see. Left lane 359 at 211.
Right there on the starting line. 3.596 at 211 miles per hour. Listen to these windows. He moves on tomorrow around.
Yeah, Robert Cox is not going to be happy right here with his performance. They had a strong call all weekend long. And got clipped right there. Rico was strong. The car falls off a little bit, and Brian Holder goes by with a 58
Right lane, 358 at 210.
Into round number 2.
Ask if they could see that.
Man, what a drag race. Margin of victory 14 down at the stripe right there. Lyle Barnett.
I'm zoomed all the way out.
The West Side concession area. The final call for the West Side concession area on the west side of the track. That is across the track from the tower behind the main spectator bleachers. Final call for concession area.
Right lane, 358, 208.
I'm telling you what, 1,000th away from a perfect light. Goes to the red side, 356, 2 at 211. Sad day for Greg.
I don't know, they're all saying I can't see the finish.
That's a hot rod there, man. And I tell you what, if you're not trying to squeeze the tree, you're just not trying to win. And 001 red,
You know,
your day.
you're absolutely right. Because we are the ones who sit there and literally
Oh, Eric, it's time to do what you call the long guy run wheel here, right-hand lane, right? Yeah, the coach package on the DD Racing, Pro Charger, Lions Custom, Motorsports, Liberty, DD, Loser, Alltech, Showfield Performance, qualified number 4. And I remember at one point in the last event, he got qualified number 1.
Eric's back in the driver's seat after a while, and running the business down there, Coach Packing. I was going to say Coach Packing, you know, the hostess at the party? That's right.
Well, I gotta thank you for that, right? Yeah, I love it, right? So anyway, qualified number 4 in the right-hand lane. Your number 1 qualifier over your left-hand side, XRE Extreme Racing Union out of Jersey. The Carl's down there. Carl Stevens, the Carl Stevens Jr., standing behind the car talking to their driver out of Tennessee. I don't know if you can understand what they're saying, but they love two different languages, I think. Jimmy Taylor there on the left-hand side. Beautiful race car. And this thing is equally as fast. So here we go.
Yeah, we were looking at the draw earlier at this one and couldn't wait to see them get on the starting line and battle it out, but this is going to be tough right here. This is going to be tough. You know, the talk on the street out there about this left-hand side, man, they could probably, they're capable of running a 40, but they're also capable of not getting down. So let's see what happens right here. And number 1 against number 4 in the right-hand lane.
Right lane, it looks like a 354 with a 3 at 211.
Had the whole shot advantage on him right there, and they were pretty even, except the 60 foot was way quicker right there at the start. Look at the 899 to 959. Something wrong with Taylor. I don't think they built the boost they needed to right there. You saw how quickly he got in. He just didn't get it up when the lights came on. Just that staging, Joel. Yeah, that staging, Joel. Right, I mean, you look at the mile an hour, of course we saw the smoke on the big end and something let go down there, I'd imagine. But the boost there, you only went 218 miles an hour, which you normally get going about 6 or 7 quicker than that. I'm not sure they built the boost they needed right there because it happened so quickly on the starting line, right?
That's way too soon. Can we go with you?
Yeah, like 84 or something, and that's great. Well, that'll lead us right here to this one. We just wind up. right where she let off. 359.9 at 207 miles per hour. She did her job on the tree, man, as we all know in the world of racing. That lady can cut the tree up. 030 to 046.
Left lane, 358 at 209 mile an hour.
Emergency number of 911 as Decker went 906. In 330 feet, she was only 100th off of Decker's 240. He just stretched it out a little bit at the finish line.
Yeah, you know, she does what she does. You know, she cut him in half right there on the tree. Got him, she was out in front. He catches her on the big end with 209 mile an hour. With the margin of victory at the strike, 1/1000th of a second. 0.001 at the strike. Basically heads up even.
She just basically ran out of real estate. Ran out of math, right? 911, 90, whatever he ran, but you know, you got 5 numbers there. She was gaining them back and only went 41 to a 40. You know what I mean? In the split, so she missed 1 number. So close of a drag race. What was the difference on the top end? Did you catch that?
Yeah, 1/1000th of a second. 1/1000th of a second. Here's a good one. And these guys, you know, I said this earlier, they come all the way from North Carolina, they got to race each other right here. They've done this plenty of times. Get other events all over the Carolina. Left lane, you know, Vincent, North Carolina, racing around here, Toronto Motorsports Park, formerly known as Motorsports Park, right here in that area that we think about. There's Southern China coming on board, TKM performance. This car, everywhere else I've gone, I've said this earlier, it's gone faster and faster. Every time I see it, it goes faster. Well, look at what he's done in qualifying. He's got a 61, a 57, and another 57. 6 over there. He's got North Carolina, can't keep going quicker than this every single time. That's a higher gun in the right-hand side. That guy is one of the best movement in the world. Let's see what he does on the starting line. John Dock knows this just as good as anybody out there because he takes it everywhere. He knows he's got to get up on the tree right here to hang with Travis. Oh, absolutely. Anything for anyone. You get the job, you'll get the job well done. Here we go. Rolling up to the starting line. Average, Never, you're doing it first. They're both rolling about the same time, so there's Travis is first. Now John Dock will follow the left-hand side. Travis should have a nice car in the right-hand lane. Here we go with John Dock and Travis Harvey.
Left lane, 357 with the 1 at 210.
Almost identical right there to the run, the previous run. Travis, 33 to 40 right there. A slight advantage out in front, but that 57 runs it down. Margin of victory at the stripe. This time, 0.009 of a second. 0.009 to John Dock.
Oh, wow, that. That's a nice one right there. See who gets that strike. Look at him in that slow-mo, slow video. Unreal. They were tied together. What a battle in the right lane at the race. Maryland is going to be Jim Halsey over there, the 1968 Chevrolet Camaro. Number 21 came in at 3.585 under 10 miles per hour. 59, and a 58.5 during that spot. More importantly, Dan has power ready for this event. Let's bring that after a huge impact to the retaining wall back in the silver. Got her fixed up. She's ready to go. Jim Hall's going to be in the right lane. Bring us through. Jim just got a chance to beat him.
Yeah, you know, this team knows
left lane, 354 at 211 mile an hour.
Look at a 60-foot, .894,
60 foot.
Harvard watches out of Florida. You picked a winner, baby.
You know what? This guy deserves it because he's going to go out there and grab it and take it. 009, 354 at 211 on the 212. Party time, party time.
Right lane, 359 at 208.
Yeah, this one was over early, right? You can't tell if we're down in the starting line watching the train go down the track. But it's 012, we're telling me on the three, a large margin right there for Thompson to overcome it when the guy that, when we get trees and the guy in the right lane goes quicker than you, just, you know, what are you going to do?
4 numbers on the reaction card, 2 numbers on the safety board. Got down there, got a number on the 3.
Left lane got it, guys. 355 with a 2 at 211.
He goes faster than his qualifying numbers. 211 miles
Looks like
per
I
hour.
kind of
They are
missed,
just
but it looks
picking
like
up the
Sean
pace.
spun
Not
a little
very
bit
far in
there.
the right lane, though. He's out there on our 012. He was there with the reaction time. 60 foot, he wasn't that good. 960. Ellington at that time had a little bit of smoke. You saw that whisk come out from the back end on the tire struck,
Right.
where he shut her off.
Yeah, what a great drag race. I mean, Sean Ellington did his job on the starting line right there, 012 to 011. Basically,
Boo.
heads up right there. They were left together. 60 foot, a little slower on the right-hand side, but that's what the turbocharged cars are known for. They come on the back end, and just back end just wasn't there. Win light goes to Stevie Bass Jackson.
Left lane, 355 with an 8, 210 mile an hour.
Weatherford, look at the 60 foot. He's right there with the kid in the party time deal.
Look at his ET.
And his ET, 355, said it again, 355.8 at 210 miles per hour. They got themselves a champion outlaw pro lap bracket car, don't they?
Man, they got to be proud of it. That car is on clicking on everything right there. And Randy with a good light right there had Randy clipped. So good drag race until it wasn't. You saw the flame right there. They were checking the track out right there. But congratulations to Team Weatherford WS Construction. They go into round number 2.
I should probably tell them that we're going to cut out or whatever.